What's up, guys? Glad to see you back. Thank you, and I appreciate taking the time to watch these videos here. Corey Smith, CoreFX. Just got done doing the pre-week market analysis video, going over everything going on with the currencies as far as fundamentally, what happened last week, weakest, strongest performers, what to look for this week. Broke down technicals for each of the individual currencies indexes. And here I just go over a real quick video on some technical chart setups. I run through the majors real quick, all the US dollar crosses, and then I'll just go over just a couple charts that I like here moving forward to start the week. And as far as some setups I'm looking at, none of this is a suggestion to make any particular trades. I'm just showing you my outlook on the markets and bias to begin the week. Starting with the US dollar, euro, the euro dollar, we had this strong uptrend all year, and then as we saw, this head and shoulders formed, and it broke the neckline, and we formed this low base down here. And last week we thought that it looked ready to break below this low base and continue this head and shoulders reversal. But as with anything in trading, you always got to be prepared for anything, and really just follow what price does and try to react to it and make money off of its moves. But as you can see, price did break up and out of this little bear rectangle formation we had here, this little consolidation pattern we had within this newly formed downtrend. And it did come up here. We did hit this very strong resistance zone at around 119. Price did tap it. We saw this shooting star candle formation off of it, and we've struggled really to push through this 50 SMA. So we'll have to wait and see what price does this week. If price comes and breaks above 119, I'm back to being bullish on the euro dollar. I'm going to just consider this a very large and extended bull flag that broke out now and is continuing the uptrend. But if this does roll over and continues back to the downside, I'm right back at it with the bearish bias and looking for shorts. So right now I'm not looking to make any trades until I see a confirmation one way or the other as to where euro dollar wants to go. Pound dollar, nothing really changed here. We're still in this range. We've been in this range for a while. We did bounce off this support and are moving up now. I do think fundamentally and such that the pound will continue to be strong and potentially break out of this resistance. If it breaks this resistance, I will be bullish. This 20 SMA will come up and wrap around with it, and we'll cross the 50, something like this, if we do see price come up and break above that. That'll show us the uptrends back in play. Also, we'll be violating this market structure here and setting a new higher high. So that's what I'll be looking for. If we come and break this trend line and this support, then we'll be setting a lower low, and the SMAs will continue doing what they're doing now. The 20 will roll over, 50 will come back down and eventually cross the 20. But really, either way, we got to be ready to play this pair. But I think fundamentally, I'm leaning a little more towards a bullish pound here versus the dollar. CAD dollar, still in this uptrend. Price is still making higher highs and higher lows. We came down and hit this support, bounced off it this week a little bit, but we're stuck under this resistance. A lot of indecision candles here, spinning tops, dojis, and just real indecisiveness here. Nothing really too strong. If you go down a lower time frame, you can see these choppier moves a little more. We did break this counter trend line. So I am expecting price to come back up to retest this prior high at least this week. But that being said, it could just as easily break this trend line, break this strong support, and roll back over to potentially to reverse this uptrend and go back to a downtrend. We'll have to wait and see. Aussie dollar, we were in this downtrend, made a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And I said last week we were in this range, and we could expect to see another lower low push out of the base this week. That's exactly what we saw. So price moved down, has now hit support. We could either have price range around down here for a little bit and then break lower again. We could have price rally back up, retest this resistance that was support, and then roll back over. Or price could just bounce off this support and move to the upside and validate this downtrend. But this week, I'm going to be looking for shorts in the Aussie. I will expect a little bit of a rally, but then I'm expecting some continued weakness in the Aussie, so that's where I'll be looking to trade. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, similar setup with the Aussie. We've been making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high. came back down, retested the low, and actually on Friday broke and closed below this very strong support range here. Um, this is a support that it has been in place and has held since June of 2016, so about a year and a half or so. I do expect this to move lower this week. We may see a little bit of a rally up to retest before it goes down, but all in all, we had a break and close below very strong support within a downtrend, so that has to tell us that bearishness is really the only place we can be looking to making trades right now with this chart. Dollar yen, we were in this really tight range up here for a couple of weeks below this strong resistance. I thought we had a potential possibility of price breaking out to the upside, continuing this short-term uptrend we've had here, but price did just the opposite. It went lower, broke this trend line upward, broke the 50 SMA, and is now rolling lower. So I'm expecting the yen to potentially roll up, retest here, maybe form that right shoulder we're seeing here of a head and shoulders pattern, and then continue to roll over to the downside. Possibility here for the yen that would make sense after these strong moves lower to rally up a little bit and then bang, shoot back down lower. So not too clear of a bias yet, as this is a very recent trend changing move to the downside, but overall this is looking like it's got some bearish momentum behind it, and the dollar yen might be falling a little bit lower here. Swiss franc dollar, we saw these strong moves. Price did come up and break this strong resistance and was high basing up above it here, but then as you can see, price broke out below it and fell lower. We're now on this trend line here. We had a nice hammer candle with a bullish engulfing bullish momentum candle off of it, but then as you can see right afterwards, the following day we had a big bearish engulfing candle come right back down lower. So price is in a pretty indecisive position right now. It's at a decent area of support. Wait and see, really. If it does come up and break, like this trend line here, counter trend line, we could expect to see some upside. But otherwise, this could come up and retest the highs, or it could roll over, break this resistance, this trend line, this support, and roll over the downside. This 50 is getting ready to cross the 200 SMA, though, so move higher here would be pretty nice. Could be some good opportunities if we see this move higher, but I have to wait and see. And that does it with the majors. Couple pairs I wanted to look at real quick. Euro yen, as I was showing last week or 2 weeks ago, we had a double top formation here, broke the trend line, retested it, and looked like it was ready to roll over. But we actually came back up to retest this resistance one more time. Triple top pattern formation we've got up here, as you can see. All 3 times this resistance has held. Price has failed to break through. So what does that tell us? Price looks like it could be ready to bust lower. We are at this neckline that you can see here is an extremely strong zone. It has been respected a number of times over the past few months, and really all in all is just a significant level. So if we see some more rejection wicks like this off of it, we can think, okay, maybe it's going to stay in this range and come back up. But if we see a nice clean break of this neckline, I'm going to be looking to short this pair because it's going to be a great setup moving forward when it does break that trend line. And then we have the Swiss franc yen. I have a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern here as this right shoulder formed, and we had this strong 3-day bearish move to the downside. Significant thing I like about this chart is this candle right here. We have a clear break and close of this very strong support turn resistance now zone. So this level that's been held here, price has tried to bust through many times and hasn't been able to, all through the past as well. Price finally did bust through with a nice strong bearish candle and was able to close well below it. So could see a little bit of a retest to this line before rolling over, or it could just continue to fall lower. But all in all, definitely more of a bearish outlook for this pair, and I will be looking for shorting opportunities on it here in the near future. That just about does it for the technical analysis section of this. Not too much going on. Slow week ahead, but definitely still worth watching and keeping an eye on some of these setups. But hope you guys appreciate these videos. Thank you very much for watching them. Make sure to subscribe and like T3 Live's trading page. A lot of great content on there. And my name is Corey Smith, Core FX. Check me out as well. stay tuned to these videos every week, and I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.